What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It is I, your magical fat man, back with another video. And, magical fat man. What the hell? Mr. Clean's fat cousin. I'm sorry. Uh, I'm sorry. That's so stupid. But anyhow, almost 2 weeks ago, we had the trailer for Action Game Maker, little piece of software coming out that's actually built on top of the Godot Engine. Just okay. So let's start. Let's reel things back a bit. Throughout the rest of the video, I'm not going to say that word. I'm going to pronounce it like a freaking American. I'm going to pronounce it like it's spelled. I don't care that it's a foreign thing or whatever. I'm gonna pronounce it like I would pronounce it. And if that offends you, just if that offends you, you're just gonna have to be offended. Because going forward, I'm gonna refer to it as Godot. Okay? I know that doesn't go over well with people. I don't really care. So, just letting you know. So, it's a little piece of it's being built on top of the Godot engine. I actually tried to talk to the folks who are working on it, or at least their go-between. There's like a liaison between the development team and the community, and I suggested calling it because there's always a I don't know if we call it a prefix or what. All these makers have had something at the end of it. And what's funny is the last piece of software that they made, which was called well, no, there was RPG Maker Unite. It's from Gotcha Games. But the last one that was in this specific line was here in the US they called it Pixel Game Maker MV. Over in Japan it was called Action Game Maker MV, but this new iteration is just called Action Game Maker. Wouldn't that be a little confusing for everyone? So I suggested giving it the prefix of Action Game Maker Go. I just You're building it on top of Godot. Go would have been so brilliant, but that's not what they're going with. But anyhow, so this is 4Gamer. They did like an interview. They stopped by the booth at Bit Summit. So Bit Summit is like an indie game convention that goes on in Kyoto. And while they were there, they got interviewed. They were interviewed by 4Gamer. The 4Gamer had some things to ask them. There was a whole article here I used a translation software for. And I'm going to go over it and go over a few other things. My excitement grows for this new maker every day. Every day. And for those of you who, I think you're aware, there was RPG Maker Unite, which was an RPG Maker built on Unity. That's not going so well. And the reason that's not going so well is because Unity's upper management, upper brass just screwed them. We all know the debacle that went on there. We know that debacle. So it's not really the fault of Gotcha Games and whatnot. It's not their fault. It's not their fault. They didn't know that this crap was going to go down with Unity. So I think they learned from this when they decided to go with the Godot engine, because the Godot engine is open source. It's open source and anybody can grab it. They want you see, here's the thing about open source is they want you to feed stuff back into the rest, back into Godot. So if you figure out some things, they want you to send something back to them. That's how open source kind of works. Everybody can make their own fork, but they want you to put something back in. But as far as I understand, Godot has the MIT license, I do believe. Let's look that up really quick. Godot license MIT. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing here. Yeah, yes, it is. It is the permissive MIT license, also named the expat license. I actually kind of want to read this real quickly. So, Godot Engine is free and open source software released under the permissive MIT license. also named the expat license. This license grants users a number of freedoms. You are free to use Godot Engine for any purpose. You can study how Godot Engine works and change it. You can distribute unmodified and changed versions of Godot Engine, even commercially and under a different license, including proprietary. The only restriction of that third freedom is that you need to distribute the copyright notice and license statement of Godot Engine whenever you redistribute it. So your derivative product may have a different license, but should still state in its documentation that it derives from the MIT license Godot Engine. See below your game, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so we got that out of the way, but that's why I feel like that's why they went with Godot or Godot, whatever. Even I want to say the way it's supposed to be said, but I'm going to keep going with Godot. So because of that, I think they learned not to, to be very careful what engines they use to build something new on top of. And so that is why we have them using the Godot engine to build their new maker on top of, which was really brilliant. It's really brilliant. I don't know a whole lot about Godot engine. Not really. I've been doing a little research since the whole thing was announced. I've tinkered with Godot. I can't do jack with it. I'm not a programmer. I don't understand what I'm doing. Um, and I feel like, and I've used Pixel Game Maker for a long time and I love it, but there's always stuff about it that just made me go, eh, nah, nah. Uh, I could do a whole video going over the things that bug me about Pixel Game Maker. And there are some things that bug me. There are some things. But that's not this video. So there was a whole interview at the Kyoto Bit Summit Drift, as they're titling it here, Bit Summit Drift in Kyoto. And 4Gamer, we had the opportunity to talk to is it Yusuke Morino? Morino? I might be pronouncing that wrong. I apologize. Producer of Action Game Maker. The latest game. See, here's the thing. Why is it being touted as a game? It's not a game. It's a creative tool. It's a tool. The latest tool in the Maker series. That's what they should have called it. It's a tool. We will be sharing our booth report with you. So keep in mind I translated this, so it might be a little bit off. So Action Game Maker is the latest in the, quote, Maker series, scheduled for release by Gotcha Games in 2025, and is a successor to Action Game Maker MV, which was released for PC in 2018. It has been that long. I didn't get on board until like 2019, so I've only been using it 4 or 5 years, I think. Maybe just 4 years. I'm trying to remember when I first got it, but the visual scripting system that was well received in Action Game Maker MV. It wasn't at first. A lot of people were very put off by it. I was one of those people, but as I tinkered with it, I realized it's not that difficult. In fact, I prefer it now. In fact, I wish RPG Maker had a similar system where you could put things together by just stringing actions together with links. I really wish RPG Maker did that. I do. But yeah, the visual scripting system that was well received in Action Game Maker MV, Pixel Game Maker MV, has been powered up so even those without programming knowledge can create action games without writing code. This time it is based on the Godot Engine, making it possible to create more advanced works. Another attractive feature is the abundant sample materials included. So apparently there's going to be a lot of sample materials, and I've actually thought about making my own sample materials and I guess donating it to the team, because that's one of the things I love to make. Most of my time when I'm using Pixel Game Maker is me just making assets, making like tile sets and whatnot for you to, make your levels out of. That seems to be what I love to do. And I feel like maybe I should start doing that and putting them out there for people. Keep in mind, I might be wrong on this, but I would assume that Action Game Maker can possibly see. We haven't seen enough of the editor yet, so we don't know if anything's changed with the tile sets. We don't know. We don't know anything. We know next to nothing. Hopefully not. I love the unrestricted freedom of the tile sets and how they work in Pixel Game Maker. So I'm hoping Action Game Maker sticks with those. Those are very, very good. But yeah, abundant sample material that is included. Unfortunately, this year's Bit Summit Drift only featured a video exhibit, but we did have the opportunity to hear producer Morino, now it's the other way, Morino Yusuke, speak. Okay. 4Gamer, thank you. Please tell us the highlights of Action Game Maker. What is this T-Cool thing? I need to find out more about that. But the T-Cool series, what? That's weird. Maybe they mean tool. I don't know. Has been well received since Action Game Maker T-Cool. Okay. What? It's so confusing. Now they're switching over to T-Cool. What? Maker. We're just going to stick with Maker. The Maker series has been well received since Action Game Maker MV because it is a tool that can be used without programming, and the range of works that can be created is wide. If you look at the works that we publish, you will understand that there are various types from 2D side-scrolling to top-down 2D action, puzzle-like games to shooter-like games. It is designed to be an advanced version of, I don't know about this. This is where I question an advanced version of RPG Maker. If it was an advanced version of RPG Maker, you'd be able to make RPGs easily with it too. That's not the case, but it's like, it's a version of that series that you can make games that aren't RPGs. So it is easy to create, even for those who have never programmed before. And they're not wrong. He's not wrong at all. The only reason I've never finished anything is because, well, partly because the Pixel Game Maker is lacking some things. And every time I would run up against a brick wall with those things, I got a little frustrated. And so I'd back up. But the other thing is my own fault. I have trouble keeping myself motivated. That's on me. You know, when you have bipolar depression and whatnot, it can be difficult. It can be very difficult. But in previous work, the work created sometimes became heavy. But this time, by using the Godot Engine, I think it will be possible to create 2D action games which are currently popular in the indie game scene. By the way, it is also easy to create popular Metroidvania games. What kind of people would you recommend Action Game Maker to? You can use the popular Godot engine without writing any code. Like, what, really? When did that happen? Because it looked like I needed to use some code. That's a little confusing. So I recommend it to people who are interested in game production, but think the hurdle of programming is high, and who are enthusiastic about creating modern indie games. What benefits will users get from using the Godot engine as the base engine? The Godot engine is a highly functional game engine, and we have no intention of restricting access to the Godot engine's functions from the Action Game Maker side. Therefore, you can make any game that can be made with the 2D functions of the Godot engine, and it will have a wide range of extensibility, which is really, really cool. Yeah, there was so much that I saw in that short little trailer that I noticed. Like, look at the filters and the water effects, and oh my god, it's so awesome! It's so awesome. And I'm going to go over this in a minute, what they talked about. This is going to be a long video, so buckle up. Uh, so, yeah. So plugins made for Godot Engine can also be used in Action Game Maker. This is what got me when I read this. Yes, as long as they do not conflict with the functions we have added, it is okay. So I think many plugins can be used. This got me right here. This got me. This got me because here's something I've been looking up. Here's what I've been looking up. Godot shaders, mother effers. Godot shaders, man. Godot shaders. And there's a wide range of well, that's 3D stuff, but there's like CRT stuff that I found. Let me look real quick. See, let's just do a search. CRT. Yes, see, look. Realistic CRT shader for the 2D side of things. Look at that. That is a good looking shader. I'm gonna say that right now. Oh, you can add things like scan lines, warping, noise, interference, added horizontal offset to pixel lines, RGB grill, I don't know what a vignette is, chromatic aberration, and rolling line interference. What the hell? I can't be the only one just learning this, going, what? What? This isn't the only CRT shader. There's actually a video and another shader that I saw. This other CRT bit shader. You got to remember, there's different kinds of CRTs. There's even a video to it, and I think I might link that in the description when I put this video up. But that got me. That got me so much. I was like, ah! I wanted to scream in excitement just learning about that. So I don't know if they're going to add the shaders themselves to Action Game Maker. I don't know if they're going to add shaders on their end or not, or if they're going to leave that up to all of us to look for like this, coming to a website like this. Um, or maybe they'll harness knowledge of this and have pre-existing ones already in the engine but then you can add more. That's what I would do. That's what I would go about doing. That would be awesome. I'm getting hoarse. But that was so awesome for me to learn about. There's a lot you can do. What? No, 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 no. There's also, yeah, there's other shaders like retro TV shader. Like other people that come up with stuff. This is kind of mad looking to me. No offense to the developer. The best looking ones that I've seen is this one right here by Canvas. Oh, it's a Canvas item. Okay. By this person right here and by this person right here, the best looking ones that I've seen. But then on top of that, you have shaders for like the waterfall. That's being done with shaders right there. And it's in the footage of the video that you saw. So uh, I heard that various assets are prepared this time as well. But what kind of assets are they? It is something that allows you to create fantasy 2D action games that are popular in Japan, and it contains assets for two main characters, one male and one female, and about 5 types of stages. How many game templates are included? I would like to include several types at the time of release. Also, although it will be after distribution, I would like to prepare various templates, including 2D side-scrolling action games. Does it support multiplayer? We are thinking of supporting local multiplayer. As for online multiplayer, the Godot Engine itself supports it, so we would like to consider it on the Action Game Maker side, but it is undecided at this time. How long does it take to make a game with Action Game Maker? This is an interesting question to ask. It depends on how complete you are satisfied with it, as in what you're creating. If you want to make one stage of a side-scrolling platformer, even a beginner can make it in a few hours. I made a stage in less than a few hours. Making a stage start to finish doesn't have to take an hour. It doesn't. I made a stage before. When I'm not getting sidetracked and making new assets for the stage, I have made stages in like 30, 40 minutes, give or take. Stages aren't that hard to make in a game, you know. Uh, Although it is still in development, we would like to make it possible to make a basic side-scrolling platformer just by arranging sample objects. If you want to increase the number of stages or create modern systems such as a parry, I think it will take a certain amount of time. Even in the previous Maker series, the stances of users vary depending on the user. Basically, what he's trying to say is that anything you want to make is going to depend on you. It's going to depend on you. There's no one size fits all, basically. What is the main age group of the Maker series users so far? It depends on which title and which country it is. But looking at the series as a whole, the majority of users are in their 30s and 40s since RPG Maker MV was released on Steam in 2016. The number of new users has increased, and it is being used by a wide range of age groups. If you are going to start making games, which do you think is more efficient? Choosing a game engine and studying it, or using the Maker series such as Action Game Maker? It depends on what kind of game you want to make. If you want to try out what game production is like, RPG Maker is easy to understand for beginners. And if you want to build an original system, Action Game Maker is recommended. If you want to make a living by making games such as commercializing games, it would be best to choose a game engine that is currently the de facto standard and learn coding. I don't know. Why would you say something like that when you publish games made with Pixel Game Maker? I don't understand unless that's a mistranslation by the software. That's a little odd. That's a little odd. So you have to have a vision in your mind first. The important thing is to just try making something. So choose something that you think you can do. Finally, please give a message to readers who are interested in Action Game Maker. Action Game Maker allows you to move the characters you have created as you wish. This is a lot of fun. So if you want to do something like this, please give it a try. I think he means bringing something to life. If you want to bring something to life that you can control on a screen, give it a try. You're going to have fun with it. I think that's the gist of it. Action Game Maker is aiming to release a PC version in 2025. If you're interested, check out the follow-up report. I have no idea what all this stuff is about. Yes, it's on Steam. You can wish list it. I wonder if I can copy the link. I can. I'm going to have to put some links in the description of this video when I get it done. Wow, there was so much to go over. And then like I said on YouTube here, um, how long have I been recording? Good God, 22 minutes. My videos are not short. I'm sorry. I can't I can't make it. A new Joker trailer. God, you got to be kidding me. The trailer for the new Joker movie. I don't like the blue. Am I the only one who hates the red nose and the blue things right here? Like, if he's supposed to be the Joker, those aren't his de facto traits. Like, his makeup is just red around the lips, I think. That's it. But yeah, I mean, going back and analyzing the aceticity, whatever. Didn't work out right, but here we go. So if you just notice the line right here just bouncing, man, bouncing. I'm hoping that the particle effects that you can do are animated. I like the idea of particles that are basically just animated frames. Like if you want to have like different frames for a single particle that play through for like an explosion, I would like it if you could do something like that. Current uh current Pixel Game Maker, you cannot like have frames for a particle. So a particle is a single just image. I don't know if there is such a thing really, but yeah, this is cool. Like, and that's not the only thing. If you can look very carefully at the yeah, there's like this wobbliness in the water. That's part of the filtering. And then when you start, and I've done this, I've already went through this before, but yes, yes, yes. Yeah, just watch that water and everything going behind it. It's distorts behind it, which is really freaking cool. I just, oh God, and I hope, okay, so apparently there's going to be an auto tile thing. Like there's a bunch of information on the Steam page itself, and they talk about auto tiles, but I'm hoping the auto tiles are better than Pixel Game Maker's auto tiles. Auto tiles in Pixel Game Maker are done with a plugin, and they're terrible. They're just terrible. They're this weird kind of thing where it's like I can't describe it, but they're terrible, and I hate them, and I hope this is better. I hope it's better. This is the object thing, and I've noticed they changed some things actually. Like the word is up at the top, and I'm thinking, even though we don't see an image, I think this box right here is for just a picture of the character that you're messing with, the animation, the frame, whatever. There's just none that's assigned right now for you to see. I might be wrong about that. So I've just been real giddy learning about this kind of stuff. The idea that you can do filters and whatnot. I'm so you can do a search for canvas items. Simple sway. That's cool. This is really, 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 really cool. I that whole article is a little hard to translate, but yeah. So, um, yeah, I'm very excited. My sinuses are giving me hell. I apologize. My voice is getting hoarse. I am so excited. I'm so happy. Oh, I'm hoping that this is really, 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 really good. I can't get a whole lot out of them. As just a bit of an update, they said that there's going to be another letter from the producer that's going to be released in August around the time of, did they say the Tokyo Game Show? Is it around the time of the Tokyo Game Show? I think they said. But yeah, so, and that is from the liaison who works between the community and the developers. So he basically confirmed that yes, another letter will happen then. I'm hoping around that time that they'll also drop some more screenshots. I want to see more of the editor. I here's the thing. I get the feeling they've been working on this a while. They've been working on this for quite a while. I don't think this is new. I don't think they recently just jumped into it. I think they've been doing this for, they mentioned something about Godot removing the visual scripting. So I get the feeling they started around that time, maybe. Because yeah, Godot used to have a visual scripting thing themselves, and then they, for the latest version of Godot, I think they removed it. And so whenever that version came out is when they started development of this. But I can guarantee you it's going to be in beta for a while. I don't even know if they ever got out of beta for Pixel Game Maker, but they were running into some issues with Pixel Game Maker. They were running into a lot of issues. Um, and that was because of Coco's 2DX, which is not very good. Coco's 2DX is not getting updates anymore or anything, whereas Godot Engine is getting a lot of updates. It's getting a lot of updates, and it continues to get updates and improvements. And I think that's part of what makes them want to use something, is something that they can grasp, I think, and work with and create something new with and have it just work. And so if something is going to continue to get updates, and I believe wholeheartedly that Godot is going to keep getting updates. Yeah. Again, to the people who are offended because I keep saying Godot and not Godot, get over it. I'm from the US. Godot is, come on, Godot. Are you kidding me? Or Godot. Godot. I don't know. Oh, I'm terrible. I'm sorry. I wanted to talk more about this, and I'm sorry that the video is so long, but holy crap, this is awesome. But this has been the Goof. Have a good one. I'm out. See you later.